Hello everyone. Dele Farotimi has also replied NBC. Remember the National Broadcasting Commission came out and sent a letter to Arise TV where they mentioned that when they had guests Dele Farotimi and Kenneth Okonkwo, that they said also. Anyway, I will drop the link in the description section. And that one. So Kenneth Okonkwo had actually replied them. He wrote his own letter and warned the DG of the National Broadcasting Commission. But apparently, what is being reported right now is the law firm that Mr. Dele Farotimi had contracted, according to what is being reported. His solicitors has also sent in a letter to the DG. So let me read that letter out there for you. I like this Tafiano. Honestly, that DJ is such a useless organization, and it really needs to be taken on. All of these things that they think they can do now, they are trying to have a um, social media bill and come after what people say on social media. So if I say something on social media now, somebody will now come and say, "Oh, that what I've said, they're going to find me, or they're going to arrest me." No, Allah, is it not prison? Who they fear that prison safe? All of us maybe go there now. Maybe now there we go start the revolution, because the people who are there outside, they are more in prison than the people who are actually in prison. So it says the Director General, Nigeria Broadcasting Commission, number 20 Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro District, PO Box 5747, Garki, Abuja, Nigeria. Dear Sir, response to allegation of unguarded remarks on Arise Television's The Morning Show on 5th October 2023. The letter is dated 11th October 2023. It says, we act as solicitors to Dele Farotimi, our client. We write in requests. What am I even reading? Something is not very clear, so I'm trying to read it very well. Okay. We write in respect of the letter dated 6th October 2023 with reference number MBC AR Arise 10/23 from your office, addressed to the Chief Executive Officer of Arise Global Media Limited, the operators of Arise TV. This letter addresses comments made by our client on the Arise TV program, The Morning Show, on 5th October 2023. The second paragraph of the letter states as follows. For the benefit of doubt, on October 5, 2023, during the program, The Morning Show, anchored by Ruben Abati, Rufai Hussaini, and Ayo Meru Esse, featured Oladotu Hassan and Dele Farotimi as guests. The program contained unguarded incendiary remarks by Dele Farotimi against the legislature, executive, judiciary, and Mr. President, definitely not my president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Dele Farotimi, while responding to Dr. Ruben Abati's question, remarked that the person who holds the highest office of the land is a career criminal. The assertions contain, that's okay, so I forgot to say, close the quotation mark, right? Start and close the quotation mark. So the letter continues as so. It said the assertion contained in the letter are untrue and were not made by our client. For clarity, we have transcribed what our client said below. And this is what he says. He said, when your legislators are corrupt, you should be worried. If your executives are peopled by crooks, you should be afraid. When the judiciary stops being courts of law, the people should be alarmed. Nigerian courts over the past years have shown very clearly that we have very good reasons to be worried about the capacity to deliver justice or to give equity. However, I do know that within the inherent jurisdiction of that court it has the powers, if it so desires, and if it finds the will to hear evidence that would suggest that the person who is sat in the highest office of the land is a career criminal. Emphasis added. That was actually
Dr. Abati,
what he had said.
when your
I
legislators
also
are
watched
corrupt,
that
you should be
this
worried.
that was
If
exactly
your executive
what he had
peopled
said.
by crooks, you should
Let
be
me go
afraid.
back now and find
Or
where
when
the other
when the
continued.
judiciary stops being
Sometimes
court
these
of
things
law,
get messy.
the people should be alarmed. Nigerian courts over the
Oh my
past few
goodness,
years have shown very clearly that we have good reasons to be
I'm not
worried
gonna edit this thing.
about the
I
capacity
was
to
reading the
deliver
letters, and now the
justice
letters.
or to give equity.
Where's the second
However,
part of it?
I do know that within the inherent jurisdiction of that court, it has the powers, if it so desires and if it finds the will, to hear evidence that will suggest that the person who is sat in the highest office of the land is a career criminal. That is entirely up to the Supreme Court. It is up to the court to decide whether it is capable of saving.
A review of the above statement will show that our client did not cast aspersions on anyone, and the statement was never intended to be incendiary. The use of when and if in the opening sentences on the legislature, executive, and judiciary, respectively, shows that the sentences were conditional sentences and made no direct imputations. And honestly, because even for that was exactly what it was. He didn't say, "Oh, Nigerian judiciary." Me, I'll probably go there and even say that the Nigerian judiciary are this or whatever. He was like, if and so why when they say when the guilty, even when they don't say anything, the guilty are always afraid. That's just the thing. Even and when they say old people, when they talk about old bones, old people get angry. I think there's a proverb. I don't know which tribe has that kind of proverb or something like that. Because anyway, let me go back. On the second part of the allegations, our client spoke to the fact copiously available in the public space by stating that the court has inherent jurisdiction to hear evidence that would suggest exactly that the person seated in the highest office of the land is a career criminal, and not that the person is a criminal. The use of the word "suggest" clearly speaks on how these facts and evidence may be interpreted and cannot be said to be a direct imputation. While our client is always willing to stand by his words and own them, our client finds it disheartening that his words have been deliberately misrepresented for reasons unknown to him. Therefore, our client deems it necessary to correct this misrepresentation for record purposes. Please note that our client considers your actions a deliberate attempt to curtail his freedom of speech, clearly guaranteed by the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, and to influence those who may not have had the ability of listening to our client's interview. Our client also deems this letter, which is widely accessible on the internet, as defamatory. Consequently, our client demands that you promptly retract the letter and issue a written apology to him for this act of defamation within 7 days of receiving this letter. Should you fail to retract the letter and issue the written apology, our client shall be compelled to take such legal actions as may be necessary to enforce his rights. That's how we are. Dele Farotimi has also replied NBC. So let's see how everything will play out. I think basically what the NBC man is trying to do is that he's so desperate to look as if he's doing anything, and then every act of psychophancy is all bringing them up.